All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem HaKadosh. That's all praises to the world, because God, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahushua be the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preaching his word in truth and sincerity on the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will, with another video, another week, another day to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great and to speak on the things that the Lord is doing on earth, right? It like it's written in 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, say Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." You see? And part of the faithful and true and prophecy that's happening is all these countries, all these European countries, or the beasts, as you can say, because these NATO countries, because the absence of the American support for their militaries, right, through Trump withdrawing the support for NATO, is causing themselves to actually put money towards this. And I'm going to play this, and Lord will give some understanding on this and get prophecies that tie into it.
The unelected leader of Europe, Ursula von der Leyen, was also on hand to tell us how important attacking Russia really is, and she announced the new Rearm Europe plan. Watch.
Rearm Europe, right?
Do you want to work in tech and earn a higher salary? Because if that's you, you're looking for merit in America. We're a nonprofit that helps.
Europe faces a clear and present danger, and therefore Europe has to be able to protect itself, to defend itself, as we have to put Ukraine in a position to protect itself and to push for a lasting and just peace. I present today to the leaders the Rearm Europe plan. The Rearm Europe plan provides up to 800 billion euros for defense investment. It gives the member states fiscal space to invest in defense. It gives the member states possibility to invest in the Ukrainian defense industry or to procure military capabilities that go right away to Ukraine.
And I'm going to play a little bit more on this, but essentially what she's saying is they're removing the debt ceiling in Europe in order for them to put the money towards that. Well, when you go here, this is Joel 3:10. It says, I'll start up. It says, verse 9, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war." And that's what this is. It's a preparation for war. They're talking about 800 billion euros, or basically the 900 billion that the U.S. would spend on military advancement. So, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." Right? And not only did these third world countries do it, but now you have NATO, because for a long time they've been trying not to put any money into that. It's been more into their own personal infrastructure, not military infrastructure. Right? And this is all prophecy speaking. I'll play a little more.
Okay, notice what she said there. That was important. She said it gives all 27 European states the space to invest. Well, where do they get that money? Through debt. It's written in the plan. It specifically says that they can borrow the money in order to beef up their weapons supplies and their military, and in return, they get a pass in triggering the excessive deficit procedure. So they have a debt limit too that's set by the EU, and the EU is saying, screw that, take on as much debt as you need because we need to match the United States defense budget, which we have closing in on 900 billion. Now they're saying, because the euro is worth a bit more, we'll spend 800 billion and we will match them. They can't do it. They should learn from us because we had to go into debt in order to do it. And they're like, we like debt too. We can do that too. So who are they buying from? Who's going to make this money? This is not written out in their plan.
Oh,
Where are they going to buy it? Well, no. I mean, I suppose the World Bank. I don't know if that's really. We'll have to look
think
into that
about think
before
about the amount of money that Ukraine is on the hook for in terms of monetary loans from the IMF
Yeah.
and the World Bank. So just like Britain was after World War II, they were in debt to the United States up until about 6 years ago. Think about that. Since World War II, the amount of money that we let them use and through loans, through the IMF, through the World Bank, that's exactly what Europe has been doing now with loans to Ukraine. So they will be
Right.
forever in debt to Europe. Zelensky's basically there mortgaging his house. He's like,
Yes, but she's asking individual member states. Think about Portugal, which is already so highly in debt. And she's saying, take on some more in order to take on this war we are telling you to go into. So if you're a Portuguese person, you don't have any choice. Your government is going to sink the value of your money and your hard earned dollars in order to go into this war that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
That's what they're saying. That's the mandate that they are putting on every European citizen.
Mr. Vintage in our chat says, thank you for the $20 for war. Probably have never.
This is where we're at, right? Prophecy wise. Now I'm gonna play this one.
The next growth conference this year is free for you and all your friends. That's right.
Europe finds itself
feeling alienated as Washington. Now, Trump has paused military aid to Ukraine. Europe and Ukraine are feeling alienated as Washington edges closer to Moscow. Trump had previously expressed his dislike for NATO. Now, European leaders are openly debating that they should have a European nuclear missile shield. Well, Macron now says he's open to provide French nukes for protecting Europe. Take a look.
The world is on the edge as the war in Ukraine drags on and Russia grows more aggressive. The equations are changing rapidly. Europe finds itself at a watershed moment. For decades, the continent relied on Big Brother America for its security, but now that certainty is fading. Germany wants the UK and France to deploy a nuclear shield over Europe to deter a possible Russian strike amid fears NATO may no longer be able to count on US support.
So now you have NATO nations preparing themselves and getting a whole nuclear shield going. Basically, a nuclear shield is not shielding against. You know what? Let's get it. All right, it's from Wikipedia. It says nuclear umbrella, right, is a guarantee by a nuclear weapon state to defend a non-nuclear allied state. The context is usually the security alliances of the United States and Australia, Japan, South Korea, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, much of Europe, Turkey, and Canada, and the Compact of the Free Association, the Federated State of Micronesia, and it says the Marshall Islands and Palau. It says these alliances were formed because of the Cold War in the Soviet Union. For some countries, it was an alternative to acquiring nuclear weapons themselves. Other alternatives include regional nuclear weapon-free zones or nuclear sharing. And that's basically what they're going into is nuclear sharing. It's hey, if we're attacked by Russia, all these nations, these European nations will come together. And that's what they're saying. So if Russia moves, all these other countries are going to move. This is, man, the Lord is moving this thing to World War III. This is another article. It says new Israeli defense chief declares 2025 a year of war on Gaza and Iran. It says Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir officially assumed the role of the 24th Chief of Staff of the Israeli Defense Force, succeeding Lieutenant Herzi Halevi. It says, in one of the first statements as chief, Zamir announced that 2025 would be the year of war, with a primary focus on the Gaza Strip and Iran, signaling a continuation and escalation of Israel's military strategy aid ongoing regional tensions. So the Lord, like it says, let me actually just get a quote in. This is all right. I already got that prepared war. There's another one that says Zephaniah 3 and 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, say Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms." And that's what this is. These nations getting their military equipment ready to go. There's a reason why the scriptures say all that bend the bow shoot at her. When you go back into Revelation, and we'll get that. Yeah, we'll get that after this. It says, determination is to gather a nation, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord is sitting here moving all these pieces into place in order to bring that beast of destruction. There's a reason why now there's whole new military and nuclear arms. They're saying this is going to be the year of war. If this is the year of war, this is the year of the MOTB. This is definitely the year of the MOTB, man. It's going to get pushed. And a lot of these leaders that didn't prepare their congregation for these things, when they see what's coming and they see that we've been preaching the right things, you're going to have a lot of stuff to fucking account for, man. This is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore." And that's what's happening. The Lord is giving those 10 horns the ability to actually come up against these devils. The Lord is giving them the ability to actually come against these devils. So this is a great time, man. This is a very great time. And we're seeing all this stuff literally just mount up. And these people ain't got a response for it, man. They really don't have a response for it. This is "These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh as it were fire." And how is it going to eat her flesh as it were fire? Because they're going to use those missiles. The scriptures tell you all that bend the bow, right? Shoot at her. All that bend the bow are going to shoot at Babylon the Great. Nobody's going to get away from this thing, man. The Lord is literally gearing up the battle for this stuff to happen in our lifetimes, right? Where you have other, bodies and everything. While you have other bodies and everything that sit here and act like you have all this time to get ready, you don't. You don't, right? It says, "For the Most High had put in their hearts to fulfill his will." Right? This was just simply made to fulfill the Lord's will. They removed the debt ceiling in the European Union so they can sit here and borrow for all those European states to add more military aid. Right? So now everybody's getting armed up. That's why we got the first scripture was what? Prepare war. All you beat your swords. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Everybody is going from agriculture and basic manufacturing to military aid now, right? This stuff going with Iran and Gaza, Israel, the Defense Force. Russia's going to be pulled into that because Iran's part of the mix. That goes right back to, let me finish the 17. It says, "For the Most High had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High should be fulfilled." And that's what's happening. All these kingdoms are being given unto the beast. They're going to come together. Nobody's going to rule. They just got to work together. Now, let me get this one. We got "Beast shall hate the whore." You got the 10 horns going into the NATO. We can get the least of the flock. It's Isaiah 13 and 1 and 4. It says, the noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustered the host of the Babel. You see, the Lord is the one bringing all these armies, all this military together. It says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh in the indignation, in the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land. And this is why they're talking about a whole nuclear shield for Europe, or a nuclear umbrella. Meaning any country that doesn't have nuclear missiles, well, you're going to come under our umbrella. So if they do anything to you, we'll do something to them. You see? It says, Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. And this is what the Lord's doing, man. The Lord is literally arming everybody to make his word come to pass, man. Because at the end of the day, the main goal is for all these nations okay, here it is, Jeremiah 50 and I'll go to 21. This is a lot on here. Jeremiah 50 and 21. It says, go up against the land of Merathaim, right? And when you go into that word, let's get that, man. So you go to that word Merathaim. And it's what? It said Merathaim, double rebelliousness. And is same word for Egypt, right? No, it's not the same word for the Egypt. Salaki, I'm thinking of Martezayim. But double rebellion. So America, Babylon the Great, this is the place of double rebellion. This place went so far. So it's telling them to come against the land of double rebellion, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Padak. And I'll just get that word for Padak since we're here. Padak, visitation. Right? This is a place of double rebellion that's going to be visited. It says, waste and utterly destroy after them. Say Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded. I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and a great destruction. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. And that's what the Lord's done. The Lord set a trap. He put in the most proud devil he could into it. And look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're promoting. Just straight up wickedness. And now they went into all these nations, shitting on all their partners. And they about to fail. It says, where are we at? 25, it says, Yahweh had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of indignation, and him giving these countries the ability to borrow all this money to beef up their military equipment. That's the Lord opened his armory further. They're going to start manufacturing like crazy, man. And had brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of Yahweh of hosts, and the land of the Chaldeans come up against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bulwarks, the foundations, right? Let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon. And that's what's being happened. The Lord is calling together the archers. It says, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done. Do unto her according to her work, according to all that she had done, do unto her. For she had been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. And America has been the most proudest place, and it's pushed the most wicked agendas in this land, man. So the Lord is allowing these nations to get together and come against this place. Right? Because this has to be hit with the beast of destruction. This has to be the lake of fire. And all these nations are gearing up to make this happen, man. But I just wanted to make a lesson on that. There's a lot of moving pieces that are going on. Lord will, the Lord give me more of the eyesight so I can go into some more of these and some more prophecy. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. Shalom.